Hungarian AK55. Hi, Misha here, and we've been putting out videos quite regularly, 4-5 a week since the holidays, and frankly Jay and I are tired and we need a little time to catch up on some things, get some new guns ready to go. And so we're taking a little bit of time off. As anyone who follows the channel knows, every few months we take a short break. We still might publish some kind of backlog videos in our absence, and we won't be gone for very long. But before we do, thought I would talk about a couple of things here real quick. We were taking this gun out, the Swiss SG553R in 7.62-39. And since we were packing that caliber, we always like to have a couple of guns. We brought one of my old favorites out to shoot, the SLR100H. Just a good old reliable gun. I've done a number of videos on these, but this is a very good AK Type 3 build done in the US, but basically from all foreign parts. We have a Hungarian AK55 parts kit, furniture, even the barrel and the bolt group, assembled onto a Bulgarian milled, a true authentic milled receiver. It's a really cool story. We've got a full video on the SLR100H story, but the Cliff Notes version, Inner Arms had quite a few of the Hungarian FEG AK55 kits. They also had Bulgarian SLR100 receivers, and so they contracted with 4 manufacturers, kind of as samples, to build a test run for them. Gordon Tech, Blue Ridge, MSC, and Ohio Ordnance. Each fulfilled their kind of pre-run, and Inner Arms selected Gordon Tech to do the remaining guns. Now Blue Ridge would go on to build several on their own, because just because something is labeled as SLR 100 or 100H doesn't mean it's part of the contract. No. These receivers were sold as virgin receivers for a number of years and were really one of the best receivers to build with in the early 2000s. For example, Vector, no longer in business now, but around for 20 years, built a number of AKs on these receivers. As I said, Blue Ridge did. This one here is an MSC gun, which is a little less common. That doesn't make it more valuable. Each of them kind of has something to recommend it, but yeah, just a neat mill gun. If you're in the market for an authentic AK Type 3 and you see one of these, check it out, because aside from the pinned in barrel, because of the modern receiver, these are all going to be quite correct. We have the original ported gas tube, kind of heavy profile, or medium heavy profile I should say, barrel, slab side handguards, and the bayonet lug is under the front sight tower. Now, since these were built during the ban, they were neutered to some extent. They would spot weld the muzzle nut on, and they would sometimes shave off the bayonet lug. This one has the tips kind of gently clipped off, just kind of passed over, but you can still very securely lock a bayonet on. But yeah, I decided to throw the Hungarian SLR100H in the car just because this is a very smooth, nice shooter. You'll notice it has the sling swivel in the rear. That's something I did. A lot of times these guns would either have no rear sling swivel or one at the bottom of the buttstock. But I wanted it to be as authentic as possible, so that's one minor modification I made. In fact, I like these guns so much that I sold my Chinese Polytech Legend after shooting it side by side with this one. We made a whole video on that. But yeah, since we were packing that ammo for this gun, I thought we'd bring that other one. You notice this one now has a shoulder stock on it. That's perfectly legal now because just finished doing an extension for the barrel to get it out to 16 inches, just a smidgen over. Got it pinned and welded. And that's something you'll be seeing very soon when we come back from our break. We fired this as a braced pistol. It was reliable, but also we felt it was a little kind of jumpy with muzzle rise. So now with that extension on, we can put on a true stock. And so we're going to share with you our experiences firing the SGL553R as a carbine. And also trying out some more mags and stuff in it. That's one thing we have planned. But definitely not the only thing. So yeah, while we're gone, we ask you to please check out our back catalog. We try to keep the playlist updated to make it easy to find some of videos kind of based on what topic might interest you. So check that out. We'll be back soon. We'll show you that SGL553R. Probably do some more work with our PKs. I'm sure there's a new AR-15 or two to talk about. Maybe do some videos on the FAL. We haven't visited that in a while. You know, there's plenty of things to look forward to, and since spring is coming on, we're hopeful to have several weekends of good weather if the rain will stop. The long-range rifle spot we shoot at is hard to get to right now thanks to a giant mud puddle, so hopefully there's enough time to let that really dry out. We really sincerely appreciate all your support. We've been going at this nearly 8 years now. So anyone who could like, subscribe, and share, we greatly appreciate it. As always, any comments are welcome below. If you'd like to check out and help support us even more, we've got a link to our Patreon page in the description. We just did a Q&A at the beginning of March, and we'll be back with another Q&A a little later in the spring. Anyone who supports us on Patreon, just feel free to ask questions. We don't even mind multiples. In our most recent Q&A, we had one gentleman who asked, I think, 8, maybe 9, and we're happy to answer them. So you can definitely max out your value for money there if you want. And if you have any suggestions for future videos, Anything you'd like to see? We can't promise we will do it or can do it, but we can promise we will seriously entertain any suggestions or requests. And if it's at all possible, sure, we're happy to take requests. Well, from Jay and Misha, we appreciate everything, and we will be back very soon after we take a break and recharge our batteries. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll catch you then.